This video is to the northerners who are saying the southerners should keep to themselves, that there are problems in the south too. Okay, so I want to show you this before you continue your rant. To begin with, out of 16 leaders we've had since 1960, 10 of them are northerners. 10. This is to show you that northerners are not politically marginalized. Northerners are not politically marginalized. They hold significant amount of power in the country. Yet, out of 20 million of out-of-school children in Nigeria, 80% of this 20 million is from the northern part of Nigeria. Out of 100% of poverty rate in Nigeria, 70% of the poverty rate is from the northern part of Nigeria. And 80% of this population are even, they live below even poverty rate. Let's talk about insecurity in the country. Insecurity is very high in the northern part of Nigeria compared to the south. Okay, oil theft, cultism, kidnapping in the south is very moderate. Armed robbery, cultism, moderate. Armed robbery, separatist violence, moderate. Insecurity is moderate in the southern part of Nigeria. Therefore, the bad reputation, most of the bad reputation that Nigeria have today is because of the northerners, okay? The southerners have to suffer bad reputation because of the north. So it is very right for them to be very involved in our political lopsidedness. It is very right for them to talk about our politics, because whatever affect us in the north affect everybody, including the southerners. I hope you see this before you continue ranting.
Our politicians of today, from national to state, look at all of them. They are wealthier by far than their communities. While they are getting wealthier, their communities are getting poorer.
But look at what's happening now. Northern governors have opportunity over the years, over the decades, to transform this this northern Nigeria, to stop the destitution, to stop all the out-of-school children, and the poverty rates. They have not done that. The late premier of northern Nigeria, Sardauna, started on this trajectory, and he had plans, very beautiful plans to transform northern Nigeria. In fact, northern Nigeria was coming up.
We were coming up.
Yeah, but at some point,
yeah,
the people who took over from him, look at a typical example. Northern governors were supposed to sit down and deliberate on these issues that are bedeviling the north, and they chose abdication.
Please.
And that's how has been the story of northern Nigeria. Can you please
see, Sardauna, Tafawa Balewa, and the rest, they died poor. They were poorer than their communities. They were building their communities to be wealthy, and they were poor. But conversely, our politicians of today, from national to state, look at all of them. They are wealthier by far than their communities. While they are getting wealthier, their communities are getting poorer. They have people that you elect into office. At the time of their election, they were in a rented house. Today, they are the ones having estates and renting it out. Those that you have elected, at the time of their election, they never went to Kano or Lagos. Now they are moving all over the world, taking people to Jerusalem, taking people to Mecca. Then people that had nothing, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 houses, you put them into office. Today they have aircrafts, private jets, and then opening universities, opening houses, and so on and so on. They have become obscenely wealthy. Then the society that they are supposed to lead to get out of poverty have moved from state of poverty to state of destitution. And what are you talking about? And most of them are northern Nigerians.
Poverty and illiteracy are the two major issues we have in northern Nigeria. Kunga talauci, kunga rashin ilimin boko. These are the two major issues we have in northern Nigeria. When we talk about poverty, we are talking about the level of poverty that somebody barely has enough to eat for one day. And these are not people who cannot work. They are working, but the person is doing the most menial job and the person cannot afford $1 in a day. Those people exist in northern Nigeria. When we talk about lack of education, we're talking about people who have never been to the four walls of a classroom. No form of formal education whatsoever. Boko. That's what we're talking about. Until we can sort out these issues, even though they are hand in hand, like they go hand in hand. I've been a hand in glove that they talk tare suke kunga talauci da rashin ilimi, rashin makaranta, rashin wayewa. That's the problem of northern Nigeria. So we now have a problem, right? We have the two major demons that are affecting northern Nigeria. So how do we solve this problem? Free education. Let's clamor for free education in northern Nigeria. Abamu free education. Proper education, proper one. And then we cannot talk about how we can empower our people, upscale. Koda makarantendere adult education. However, once you do it, education should be number one. Then secondly, poverty eradication. Na musamman akwai ba mutane kasuwanci, how to trade properly, because I mean, people without women going to school can elevate themselves from poverty. Come to Kano. There are over 10 different markets in Kano and they are billionaires in all those markets. Guess what? Most of them are not educated. They have never been to the four walls of the classroom. However, kudi malam, suna da dololi. See, education, poverty elevation, those are the things. Let's focus on it. Okay? Free education. Idan ma mutum be, let us do proper business, financial education, financial literacy. Let people know that in ka samu dan kudin ka ba wai ka je ka siya kayan sawa ba. Teach people financial education. That's the way to elevate people from poverty. Because ba wai ba dan samu bane. Problem is we now have too many children, too many responsibilities. By the time somebody understands, ai na samu dan kudi na kadan akwai inda zan iya manage shi ba sai na, then we are making headway. Eradicate poverty, free education in northern Nigeria. Those are the solutions to the problems. You see, insecurity, it will disappear.
When you check, North, they are the most poorest people in Nigeria. Another mistake we do is we respect elders too much. We always forget that fools grow old too. So because we respect our elders so much, some foolish ones that grow up still tell us things and we do them. And we also respect our religious clerics too much. Even when our religious clerics are leading us wrongly, we listen to them because we believe they are hearing directly from God, and that is a lie. Most of them speak from their mind. It's not what God tells them that they are telling you. They are telling you their selfish interest. So for the middle belt and Hausa to grow, you need to stop listening to your religious clerics and some of our elders, because most of the thing they tell you all the time is something that will benefit them and their children, not you. Now look at this news. This thing is happening in Bauchi, a news that will affect both Christian and Muslim. Because of fasting, you ask everybody to stay at home, both Muslim and Christian children. Now this is not for one day, this is not for 2 days, this is for 1 month plus 5 good weeks. And you that implement that law, your children are not schooling in Nigeria. Most of your children are schooling outside Nigeria. They will not be out of school for those periods. Do you see how selfish your religious clerics are? Do you see how they do not care about you and your children? They try all means to take education from your children. That is why you see their children doing well and your children are alemajeri. How can you implement a law that affects everybody, both Christian and Muslim, except their children that are out of Nigeria? That is why they want to implement the Sharia law on some of the states. They want to render everybody poor, because I've never seen any state in Nigeria that practice Sharia law and their people are doing well. It's only those people that put the law of Sharia law that do well. Sharia law don't affect any of the rich or politician northerners, because if Sharia law truly works, all those northern politicians should be moving around with half hand and half leg. Only the people Sharia law affect are the poor northerners.
Breaking news: Northern governors reject English language as the official language for teaching in primary and secondary school in the north. Now, this is coming from Niger State Governor Mohammed Umaru. Now, when I saw this news, I was like, what do they expect corpus that is sent to the northern region to use to teach the student? Because It's not everybody that goes to northern region that know how to speak Hausa. So according to them, instead of English language, they are going to be using Hausa as the primary language, yes, to teach in the north. Why English will just be like other subject. That means English will not be the major language again. I think they are making a very big mistake. Why? Because the English language has helped to unify the country. We have different languages in Nigeria. We have about over 200 ethnic groups, and each of them speak different languages. It is the English language that unifies Nigerians to speak just one language. So why is this decision coming from the northern governors, and what could be their reason? Please, if you're watching this video, let's get your opinion in the comment section about this decision from northern state governors. This is what they have come out to say. So they have rejected English language as the primary language in northern schools. That is primary, secondary. But for me, this decision is not a wise one, because the English language has helped us to unify the country. That is why anybody can study in any part of Nigeria. But I don't know why they are coming with this. Is this thing going to result to division? Because the truth is, many persons are saying that it's like Nigeria is going to be divided, and this is what they are trying to do. If you segment these languages like this, and if you go to the east, they start teaching with Igbo, that means nobody can leave another part to study in the Igbo again, in the Igbo land again. And this is what we call division in disguise.
This picture you see here, it is not from Somalia. It is not from Afghanistan. It is not from any war-torn area, no. It is from Nigeria. These are students writing exams in the northern part of Nigeria on the bare floor. No roof, nothing. On the bare floor with a lot of sand. In Nigeria. Nigeria is called Giant of Africa. One of the richest countries in Africa with abundant crude oil, other mineral resources, gold. Fertile array of land. Great people. Productive individuals. This is a country where we tag ourselves as perhaps one of the biggest oil producing countries in the world. It's Nigeria. But look at the students sitting on the floor, writing exams in the northern part of Nigeria. Guess what? The most important thing for the people who come from that side is religion. They are so interested. Religion, tribalism, and all that. And what did they buy us? Look at them. Don't you think they deserve better? Just like every other person in Nigeria? In 2025, Tinubu, this is your country. Senate President, Mona see. House Speakers, Mona see. The governors, see you now.
Hi, welcome back. Like we usually say, the North and the leaders of the North, they are deliberately and purposely doing all the things that is happening in their side. Even the poverty and many other things that their peoples are going through is caused by them deliberately. Though there is a reason why I'm saying it like this. The reason why I'm saying it like this is because if you look at this Ramadan that is going on, a lot of our schools has been closed just because they are in the Ramadan. Although that is the law that is being even imposed on their educational system. Because whenever anything like religion or anything like Ramadan is going on there, the law that is being imposed starts working automatically. These things has damaged their educational system, even though their educational system has been faulty that they knows. They are still trying to make sure that let it just totally go down. That is why when anything like religion comes on, they choose religion things for their people over this educational stuff. And the reason behind them doing those stuff is this: they never want these guys to be forever wise. They want them to just remain like that, and they want them to be in captivity of poverty. That is the reason why they are doing all this. Meanwhile, their own children abroad are going to school every day. If truly these people are doing all this because of God, they would have told their own children abroad that since we are in Ramadan, don't go to school, just give yourself some break. But they never told their own children, but they are forcing it on these guys here to make sure they are being tormented. Though when you blame one, you need to check the other one again. Even the peoples that are being tormented today, when you ask them that are you happy with the condition and the situation of what you're passing through there, they will say yes, because them they see religion more than this, and it is not their fault. That is what they are now addicted to, and that is what they are now into. Their blood now is more into this than some other thing. That is why when things like religions comes on, they normally comes out. If you look at the way they have just been buying people, unaliving and taking some person's life just because of Ramadan and just because of what they are doing, you will notice that really maybe God normally called them that they should be doing that. I think it's not. I don't see where things like this happen and also continue in the month of Ramadan. Even this Saudi and many other big countries that brought this religion of its in, we have not heard one day that this social person has been buyed during Ramadan. It might happen in some normal time, it might happen, but we have not seen in the month of Ramadan that this person has been unalived by this social group. Why we are pushing this on this Islamic extremists is just because these people who are buying people are not people who are from different religion. They are people whose their group is from this Islamics. Because if you look at this Arewa and different group buying both the Christian and both their own people, they are from that same religion. So we cannot say it is a Christian group that is doing this, and you cannot push it on the Christian. Had it been it is the Christian that is doing all this, we would have still come out to tell you that this the Christian are doing is so bad. But since you guys have just been doing it and everybody has just been warning you that you guys never want to hear what should be the result or what should be the output of all these things, should be everyone should stay on this lane. That is all I can tell you for now. And for you hearing us, if you have anything to see, everywhere is open for you. Thank you.